Recording in progress. Hello, everyone. Let me try to figure it out how it works with sharing. Um, if it would only be possible to navigate this with regular expressions, because that's why you are here, I would love that. Um, let's give it a try. You should see, um, hopefully, having fun with regular expressions. If not, please let me know. Okay, I can see you. Um, and I do gonna try to see that I also can see the chats because yes, I'm ready to learn, Lindsay. I hope everyone is ready to learn uh, because this is going to be an interactive workshop. So it's not only me who's going to talking, it's not only Sarah and I who's going to talk, but I also want to hear from all the attendees, or at least one or two. And as you might know already, sometimes there are some giveaways in the form of t-shirts. So get engaged. Um, yes. Sarah, do you want to say something already? Are you excited?
Yeah, well, I am a little bit skeptical. I'm not great with regular expressions. I'm joining Xenia. It's just like really, I didn't plan to be here, but Svenja invited me as a really beginner, I would say. I use regular expressions. Um, I haven't taken the time to learn yet, so I'm excited to be here. And as Jen just said on the chat, I'm ready to learn how we can have fun with regular expressions.
Well, first of all, regular expressions are fun. You will believe it afterwards. Maybe only I am the one who has fun, but no, I do hope that we all gonna have fun and that we all learn something. And for me, regular expressions are just like not only a fun way, but they act as some kind of confidence boost because so many developers out there, they're just like kind of intimidated by regular expressions when they see it. Um, and when I started to learn them, I just like felt so good because they are quite straight. Everything is so logical and so straightforward. And yeah, so I do gonna hope that you're gonna enjoy it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, uh, this is what I'm talking about. This is a regular expression, a semi-long one. It can be quite shorter. It can also be way longer. And we will talk about this a little bit more in detail soon. Um, if you want, you can start thinking about what this could, what this could match. But before that, we're gonna introduce ourselves. So my name is Svenja Schäfer, and I'm from Germany. I live in the south of Spain. I'm with thoughtbot for about 3.5 years, developer and team lead. And yeah, you will find me kind of everywhere on the internet under the handle Slickepinne, which is Swedish and means lollipop. I don't speak Swedish and I don't have a specific fable or how you say that for lollipops. Um, Different story. Sarah, do you want to say something about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hello again. I was just here a couple hours ago. I'm back. And for those of you who weren't here before, I'm Sarah Lima. I'm a developer and team lead as well. I'm based in Portugal and I've been at thoughtbot for around 5 years now.
Thank you
Happy to
so
be
much for
here.
joining. Yeah, thank you so much for joining. As you saw in my last name, which is Schäfer, it's always quite interesting when I moved to Spain. So now I live in the south of Spain, right? Um, some people have difficulties with writing my last name because it's written with the A and two dots over it. But you can also write it A-E. Um, but most of the people just like remove the E behind the A. So I'm just Schäfer. I don't mind as long as the documents are correct. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about what regular expressions are, then some use cases, and there's going to be some exercise. And finally, we will do at least one, hopefully, regular expression crosswords. At least at that point, you're going to have fun. Um, if at any point you have questions, feel free to raise your hand. I will unmute you, or Sarah's going to unmute you. Someone will unmute you. Feel free to write down your question, ask your question. This is a very safe space. It will be recorded, but it doesn't mean that anything's bad going to happen. So we are here to support each other, to celebrate, and just to learn together.
Yeah, there are no
Um,
silly
and
questions.
no, and you will see very soon that I don't know everything about regular expression because there's a question in it, and I hope someone has the answer for it. But let's start. So, what are regular expressions? I like to use the Wikipedia description, and it says a regular expression, sometimes referred to as a rational expression, is a sequence of characters that specifies a match pattern in text. And I want to highlight two parts of this explanation. The first one is a sequence of characters, and it is possible that a regular expression in itself consists of a single character, which does not make so much sense. It could happen though. But usually we have a bunch of characters. So yes, a regular expression is a sequence or a bunch of chaotic characters. And the second highlight is the match pattern in text. That means that we are using regular expressions to describe a pattern that matches something in a text. We will talk about this something in a bit. So I showed you this wonderful regular expression before, and I'm not sure if someone knows already what this could match. Someone wants to give it a try? Please? If not, you will get more chances. um, this would match the title of a bit hard. Come on, no, it's not. Um, uh, could be, but it would match the title of this workshop, Having Fun with Regular Expressions. And let me try to copy something because you don't. Can you copy that, Sarah?
Everyone?
The link. So there's a ruler link. Oh no, wait, I can do that. So because you don't need to trust me, but here is a link
All right, I got it.
to the rubella
Yeah, good.
that I created before. Um, and there you would see that it would match the title. Rubella, by the way, is a really nice thing to validate your regular expressions. Let's come to regular expression use cases. So a few days ago, I asked some fellow thoughtbotters about their usage of regular expressions, and here's what some of them said. Matching partial text in tests, something I absolutely really like. Google Sheets formula, common coding cases, but sometimes in rails, routes, constraints, or path matching. Search logs in the cloud and any text in my editor. searching a code base, form field validation. There are more, probably. What is your use case? Do you remember when you last used regular expression, Sarah?
Yeah, I think mostly when searching code base, that's when I
Mm.
need to use it the most. And then I'm like, I need to learn more about it to be more powerful at that. But I always leave it for later.
Yeah, I have to say I don't use it at all. I seriously just use regular expression. Well, I do use it for matching partial text in tests, but otherwise I just really like to calm down by solving regular expression crosswords when a CI takes too long. This is my main use case for a regular expression. Um, we will talk about something different. We will talk about email address validation. Um, this is a whole topic in itself, and I don't want to talk about what is a valid email address or whatnot, because yeah, this would be its own topic. Um, but I do suppose most of you use some kind of validation. Yeah, right. um, I do think most of you might have used the email validation or regex email validation when it comes from Ruby world. You might have seen or you might have used the email regex from the URI module. And well, I said before, this is a workshop. Yeah, this is a workshop. It's not something, it's not just like a plain talk. So we do want to understand something. So we don't just want to use the email regex provided by Ruby, but we want to know what it is. We want to learn about it. This is the email. This is what you use if you use the previous method. It got updated about 3 months ago. And for reasons I will explain a bit later, we will use the previous format, the previous version. And you will find them inside the Ruby code. And the one that we're going to use is this one. First of all, don't be scared by all these characters. A very, very important, not rule, but helpful thing to know is start at the very beginning of when you see these weird characters, and then everything comes on its own. So I have to drink something. Mm. Sarah, how do you feel when you see something like that?
A bit lost. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Too much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, um it feels a lot. By the way, it's not a very long regular expression, but um, yeah, it's a nice regular expression. It has some tweaks and tricks in it. You won't feel lost afterwards when we are done. I
I hope not.
promise. No, you won't. Um, so, oh, I love that. What emoji best expresses your feelings about regular expressions? Oh yeah, I would like to see the emojis at the beginning, so when we start, and then afterwards. So feel free to just write down your your emotion. I love that. Um, we will go step by step. So you see two slashes. Um, I don't know what that is for an emotion. It's too small for me, but someone can say it. So you see two slashes and at the beginning and at the end of this chaos of characters. This is one way how you can create a regular expression. You might have seen other ways. For example, the regex, how you pronounce it, regex literal, which is a percentage sign followed by a lowercase r, and then delimiters. Here's the thing. Instead of the square brackets, you could also use parentheses, the pipe, whatever. So yeah, there are more delimiters that can get used. It's a useful way because it lets you avoid escaping. What escaping means, don't worry about that. We will handle that in a bit. Personally, I really prefer to be as detailed, not as, well, as explicit as possible, which is why I just usually go with 2 slashes for the beginning at the end of a regular expression. Of course, there's also regex, but yeah. Yeah, so I use the slashes just because I find it useful. But just know there are multiple ways. So this is the first part of the regular expression after you create it. And I mentioned before, you have to start to read from the beginning. At the beginning, you see a backslash, and the backslash usually means some special regular expression character follows, or you want to escape a special character. The uppercase A in a regular expression is a special character, and that means that what comes afterwards is the beginning of a string, and everything that has a beginning also has an end, and that is the backslash and lowercase z. You could think of the alphabet, which starts with an A and ends with a Z, for a string, for example. So capital A after backslash is the beginning of a string, and a backslash followed by a lowercase z is the end of a string. Why do we want to match only one string? Because we only care about one email address. So it goes into intermediate level already because, well, we use a predefined regular expression. And again, don't freak out. So first of all, we do have an opening parentheses. This indicates parentheses in regular expressions usually mean you group something. Now, there are different kind of groups, and in order to know what kind of group you are dealing with, you have to go further in the regular expression. So the next character is the question mark. Again, the question mark is a special character in regular expression. In this case, so if you do want to match a literal question mark, you would need to escape it with a backslash. But for now, it does not. It's not the end because we have the exclamation mark. And just believe me, this is a gorgeous combination. This is a fun combination. If you just remember that from today, I am super happy because this is a negative look ahead. And you probably have heard about look arounds. That's why I said like it's intermediate or expert level even. But so every time you see opening parentheses, question mark, followed by an exclamation mark, it's a negative look ahead. What does it mean? It means that what comes next is something we do not want to match. And what comes next? A backslash and the dot. When you use regular expressions to search through the code base or whatever, you probably have seen the dot and the star sign because the dot matches literally everything apart from, I do believe, a new line. Correct me if I'm wrong. But since we do want to match the dot, the literal dot, we have to escape it. That's what I mentioned before. So what does it mean? At the beginning, and now we close it. What does it mean for our email address? At the beginning of the string, we don't want to see a single dot. This is all what it says. So do not match a single dot. And that was not too bad, was it? No?
Yeah, I think I follow.
Okay, good. Then you probably can tell me what the next thing is.
Okay, so that's a negative look ahead again. Groups.
Yay!
So we are not escaping the dot
Mm-hmm.
in this case. So we don't want a dot.
Exactly. We
Uh,
don't. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Exactly. So now the dot is the super special character, especially this combination, like the dot with the, how do you call this? Star sign, asterisk, asterisk.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
really bad with namings, but the dot again matches every single character. And so that would mean at this point, we don't want to match any single character. So we don't want to, we don't want to match any string that starts with a dot, and we don't want it to start with any single character. Does not make so much sense. Then the star sign is some kind of multiplier. So it means that the previous character, which is a dot, any single character, exists either 0 or multiple times. It's optional, but if it exists, it can exist multiple times. That still does not make sense because that would mean we wouldn't match anything or we don't want to match anything. So what do we want to next? Now we do escape the dot, right? And at this point, it makes a little bit more sense. So we don't want to match any single character if it's followed by a dot.
Oh, okay.
Um, it might make sense. It will make more sense when we talk about another brackets type of brackets. We're not here with JavaScript, but here it's just like as many brackets and braces. And we are still inside the negative look ahead, right? So this is all belongs to it. The curly brackets, let's just like call these one. They are some kind of multiplier as well. So in this case, we only see one number, and that means that we want to match exactly this amount of times the previous character. So that means we don't want to match any character that is followed by 2 literal dots. The 2 belongs or are related to the previous character, which is the escape dot, which is the literal dot. Does that make sense? It's
Okay,
a
I
bit
guess.
complicated, probably, right? So don't worry. It will be easier with time. So the first one, the first bit, I'm not sure. Do you can see my mouse actually when I
Yes,
hover
yeah.
over it? Okay,
Yeah.
lovely. So we don't want to match a string that starts with a dot. We also don't want to match a string that starts with any type of any amount of alphanumeric characters that is followed by 2 dots. Okay, it will become easier now. When you see inside the regular expression square brackets, these define some kind of range of various kinds. So you see, for example, the A to Z, lower and uppercase, and the numbers from 0 to 9. So these are ranges, right? Like from the alphabet, you want to
Mm-hmm.
match anything from A to Z, either lower or uppercase, and you also allow the numbers from 0 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, no, let me ask you, and also please engage in the chat or raise your hand. What do we match in this case? The dot. It's a trick question. I don't like trick questions, but now I do believe sometimes you will remember them more.
Isn't that anything you said?
Exactly. No, yes. Lucas, if I pronounce your name correctly, the dot itself. Um, and Stephen, no, it's not any character. Lucas, do you know why? Yes, Alex, that's correct. So square brackets, the range, they are some kind of magical range again. So you don't, inside ranges, you don't have to escape most of the meta characters from regular expressions. Sorry, this is not t-shirt size question answers yet, right? So, but it will be very soon. So yes, we would match the literal dot. And here we would match the literal exclamation mark. Oh my gosh, I always forget how you pronounce, how this is named in English.
Exclamation.
Um, Exclamation, yeah, but I always just like when I say buying operator, German is just like Ausrufezeichen. So easy. I just should give it in German.
No, please.
So here's the thing. Now we are at T-shirt merge question. Thanks, George. Um, I don't have the answer for this character. That's why it has a different color. I have no clue why the backslash is inside this regular expression. We don't have to escape the hash, and we won't match the backslash because the backslash does not get escaped by default when it's placed inside a range. So if you want to match the literal backslash, you would need escape it and you would have two backslashes. If someone knows it, I'm all ears. See, I have no clue. I don't know, but I do want to know. So,
So are you saying that you don't understand why the backslash is there because
yeah, I have no clue.
it's not necessary? It would work the same?
Yeah, I'm not sure what it does at this point because you will match the hash sign without, you won't match the backslash like this, because if you do want to allow a backslash, you would need two because you have to escape it. I have no idea.
Yeah, maybe somebody on the chat is gonna know.
Yeah, I would love that. And now it's time to raise your hand if you have to, if you want to, but I literally have no clue.
Well, let's
And
see.
again, I have
Maybe
no, I
with
don't,
some
I don't,
time.
I don't, I don't, yeah, I don't have a problem with saying that I don't have a clue. I do want to know it though. Maybe it's not needed at all. Then we can create a PR to Ruby. No, no, I thought about that one as well. And I tested it, but it's as far as I know, it's not a special character, the hash sign. You will have until the end of this workshop to figure out why this is there. Okay, we're just gonna continue. And yeah. I don't think so, George. But if that is the best answer, then you will get the t-shirt. So the rest, why they look a little bit confusing, these are just characters that we want to match. Dollar sign, percentage, at %, even quotation marks are allowed in email addresses. The star sign that you know, it gets escaped automatically inside the range. Here is a /, it needs to get escaped in a range, so you see the backslash, so we would allow forward slashes. The caret, question mark, underscore, even curly brackets, they are automatically escaped. It is allowing, Juan. It is, Juan? Yeah. Yes, Stephen, that could be it. Do you think just like for visual, to make it more to visualize it? Maybe I would like, if that's true, like that this is just used to, yeah, some kind of delimiter. It's weird. Well, okay, we have to figure out who's gonna get the t-shirt. There will be more t-shirts. So we do allow all these so inside these square brackets, because we don't have the negative look ahead, we finally are at a point where we do want to where we define a regular expression of characters that we do want to match, that we do allow. So we do allow inside our email address all characters from lower and uppercase A to Z, all numbers, 0 to 9. We do allow dots, exclamation marks, a hash sign, symbol, dollar signs, and all these. We do allow all of them. And as I said before, okay, good. That regular expressions are like you read them, or they always match usually one character. So that would mean that our email address exists of one character by now that we would allow. For that, we do have similar to the asterisk or to the star sign, there's a plus sign, which is a special character in regular expressions. And it means that the previous character, whatever it is, A to Z, B, whatever, any of these symbols, exists at least one time. So now we do have a minimum. The plus sign means at least one time, but it can also exist multiple times.
Does it have to do with positioning as well? Like could the plus sign be before?
No. The plus sign and multipliers, all, no matter what kind, like we had the curly brackets as a multiplier where we say it matches 2 times. We do have the star sign, and they always are related to the previous character. So star
Got it.
sign belongs to the dot. This one belongs to the literal dot. And this one belongs to the character from inside the range.
Nice. All right.
Good question, Sarah. Like it. Are you still with me, everyone?
I am. At least you have
Okay.
me.
Nice. Well, I'm hungry, by the way. Sorry. So I know that you I know that you like look arounds so much, and I can tell you so many developers, so many people will be just so jealous that you understand and that you learned about look arounds already. This is another look around. This is not the negative look ahead, which we had before, but this is the look behind. It might seem a bit confusing, but it just like says, what do we don't want to match? Again, don't negative look behind. So we are checking something that we don't want to match. And we don't want to match something that is followed, but something that comes before. And we don't want to match the literal dot. So after these allowed characters from inside the range of any size, of any amount, and we do have the dot inside, we don't want to see the dot before the @ sign.
That
So
makes
an email
sense.
address, yeah, an email address, in this case, for this regular expression, we wouldn't match an email address that finishes or that ends with a dot right before the @ sign. Negative look ahead, negative look behind. Now something easy. What does it mean? Sarah?
Yeah, just alphanumeric characters, either lowercase or uppercase. So we have a question by Lucas. Isn't that redundant with the second group? I think he's referring
With
to
this
the
one?
dot.
The dot? Do you mean the second group? This one? Sorry that I'm eating. I'm so rude. The double dots would be before the range. So the range character, so any character from the range here, they would come after the dots. Does that make sense? And you probably, so we do allow dots inside here,
Just not right
but
before the at.
but not right before the @ sign.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense, Lucas?
Just to me.
Yeah?
Do have another comment as well
Cool.
in RFC 5322. The backlash are for clarification only, and Ruby parser will need them not to get confused. So
Ah,
that would be a answer to your question, your previous question.
nice.
I think that aligns with the comment that we got from a teammate as well, right? That
Yeah,
it's needed for Ruby's version of the regex and not other
yeah.
implementations.
Ha, amazing. Thank you so much. Um, okay. Well, we have our t-shirt winner.
And there are two backlashes though in that group.
In
When
which group are
yeah,
they?
can I annotate on your screen? Let's
I
see.
don't know. You can try it.
Yeah, so Stephen is asking about the other backlashes, the other backlash on that same group. Is that after the plus sign? Can you
Here?
go? Yeah, Maybe that's it.
Following the exclamation point and following the plus. Here?
Yeah, that backslash right after the
No,
plus.
this backslash escapes the forward slash. Because we do want to allow forward slashes, and the forward slash is a special character in regular expressions. Which is why we have to escape it to actually match the literal forward slash.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Lindsay, that's correct, I think. Good?
Yeah, let's move
Keep it
on.
coming. Keep the questions coming. I love it. Um, so yes, that was correct, the range, Sarah. Um, Next, uh, it's not a look around. Uh, this is another group, and we do have the question mark again, which we know already indicates something special, but now it's followed by, holy moly, how do you say that? Double point? No, how do you say that? Two
Colon.
dots? Colon.
Colon.
Oh my God, thank you, Daniel. My brain. English is so difficult. Thank you. A colon. That means it's um that means it's a non-capturing group. So we do want to group something for various reasons, but we don't want to capture the content of it. Okay. Why do we want to do that? Because most of the time you want to group something and use some kind of multiplier afterwards, which we are also going to see and which we're going to use here afterwards, the question mark here. So what is it that we want to group? And here's the hyphen. Someone wrote something about the hyphen. No, is it a hyphen or is it a dash? I call it a dash. Is that a hyphen? So it's a range again, but on top of the lower and uppercase characters and the numbers, we also allow the hyphen. Does that make sense? It's quite straightforward, right?
I think I lost. Can you review that again?
Um, we have A to Z, lower
Mm-hmm.
and uppercase, 0 to 9, but we also allow hyphens or dashes. For me, it's a dash, right?
Okay. Yeah, and then
And
that's
yeah,
multiplied.
that's a multiplier, exactly. It's very similar to what we had with the two, but now we see two numbers. The first one is the minimum, and
Mm-hmm.
the second one is the maximum. So the previous characters inside the range can only exist 0 or 61 times, or up to 61 times. It does not
Mm-hmm.
need to be 0 or 61. It can be any
Any
amount
number in
between
between.
0, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does to me.
Nice. Um, and then we have our known range without the dash. And here is the multiplier I just mentioned for the non-capturing group. So usually when there's no really other reason why you want to group something without and you don't want to capture it. And if you don't want to use some kind of multiplier. And the question mark, did we have the question mark? We did not have the question mark as kind of a multiplier. So we do have the plus sign, which means minimum one or multiple times. We do have the star sign, which is 0 or multiple times. The question mark either allows 0 or exactly one time. The whole group, right? It's not one single character, it's a whole group. So we would match the whole group either 0 times or 1 time. Good?
I guess.
Okay. We are nearly at the end. We have, again, the non-capturing group. But the thing is, we actually have two non-capturing groups. And I mentioned like non-capturing groups that don't capture the content of the group itself makes sense when you use some kind of multiplier. And for the inner non-capturing group, we use the question mark again, which is 0 or at least 1 time, maximum 1 time, or the star sign, which is 0 or multiple times. Yes, exactly. Yeah, and the content of the groups, non-capturing groups, we covered them. With that, we do have this weird looking bunch of characters. We can do better because it looks so confusing, right? It's difficult to read, to go through, even if you start at the very beginning and finish at the end, go step by step. Yeah, I could use a different font to make it look nicer. I could make it very colorful. But I believe it would be really, really good for ourselves in the future, but also for our colleagues to just like make it more readable. And due to time, I don't want you to change the regular expression in itself. Yes, yeah, RegEx 101. You can also use Rubula. But I do like both of them, Rakesh. So with that, I do want to go to a little exercise. How can we do it better, easier, or more readable? Someone has an idea? Sarah, you had the idea right away. I mean, I know because I talked to you before and I asked you if you want to join the session. And I found it so interesting that you came up with the thought because, um, to be honest, I never thought about that before.
Commenting or breaking the parts.
Yeah, commenting. I'm not sure if some of you add comments to the regular expression. We do have two regular expressions that you write. That's what I mean. But we have a great blog post. It's also quite short from our fellow colleague Sama, and I will paste it. 1 second. It's called Comment Your Regular Expressions. It's this one. And what I would love for you to do, if you want to, I don't want to force you, of course, but I would like if someone or more people would like to give it a chance to try to add comments to this regular expression. So here
What?
is the regular expression. I will copy it into the chat, okay? So you can copy it into your code editor, wherever. And then you could give it a try. You have a few minutes here.
We do
Wonderfully
have
formatted.
we have 10 minutes
Yes.
left. I want to make sure that we have time for the crosswords.
Yes, of course we will have. Do we have someone who would like to maybe say something about their experience with comments on regular expressions? Or if you never used it, that's fine as well. Sarah, did you use comments?
Yeah, I think that as somebody that hasn't taken the time, yeah, before to learn much about it, I think it helps. It helps me to when I'm reading my code to understand what's going on.
Yeah, I would. I never did it. I I do gonna do it from now on. Yeah, I wish sometimes I wish it would be enforced to leave comments for code because this is so tricky to understand. I mean, even code that you write on your own, you forget sometimes quite fast. Why the heck did you do it like that? So it would be really good to comment it. Um, but yeah, thank you, Sarah, uh, for pointing to the time. Again, I can talk about regular expression for hours. If you
Mhm.
have later questions, remember that you can reach out either on Discord or on LinkedIn, Instagram, although there are only dog pictures. But yeah, wherever. I can show you how it could look like, okay, before we come to the okay, yeah. So this could be a way of commenting your this regular expression, and you would see immediately what it matches. I'm not sure if you can actually read it. If it is readable, I hope so.
I can, yeah.
Um, cool. Okay. So we have the beginning of a string. Do not match literal dot. Do not there's a match missing. Do not match. Just believe it's standing there, right?
Hmm.
Alphanumeric characters of any length that are followed by two dots, and so on and so on. Yes, this is this is what how it could look like. What do you think, Sarah? Would it make more sense like this, or
It will, yeah, I do think so. I think that helps.
nice? Um, That's mostly about regular expressions. A very short drift to the current code of the email address validation that is in place in Ruby. The reason why I did not use this, but the previous version, is because I do think regular expressions are so confusing on its own. We please don't have to mix them with anything, any magic from Ruby, right? Because the percentage and the Q, it's not the regular expression. This is from Ruby. Creating variables inside regular expressions. I don't want that. We can't. Unfortunately, this workshop is not the whole day. If you do want to have a workshop for the whole day, reach out. I would be more than happy to give it. But yeah, that is the reason why yeah, all these are all Ruby. This is all Ruby related and not regular expression related. So let's have some fun. I do hope you had some fun already. Um, if not, don't tell me, uh, because I just like want to believe that you had fun. Um, we time for some crosswords. Um, so I do gonna change something. Do we have someone who is bright? Oh yeah, thank you, Lindsay. What's your new emoji for a regular expression. And then I'm gonna try to share another one. Where are all the hearts, please? Nice. We're gonna do a beginner's one. Yes. And you should see my screen now. RegEx crosswords, I can only recommend it. We do have 3, but do we have someone who feels confident? You don't need to feel confident. Who just like would like to give it a try? Together with us, you won't be alone to solve this regular expression.
Do you mean to come in with video and audio?
With audio, yeah, you don't need to share your video if you don't want to. But I would be more than happy to have someone else joining for a few minutes. After this is a break, so don't be scared. Don't believe you need more time. I give you the time. I will be here.
No takers so far.
Sorry, what?
Oh, we have a Juan. Juan, no, they gave up. Somebody raised their hand, but
Yes. I don't see that. I don't see raising hands. But
yeah, no takers so far. Well, let's move on, and then if somebody wants to, they'll let you know.
okay. Sarah, do you want to give it a try?
No, like let's. How does that work first?
Okay. So good point. Thank you. So this is a crossword, and you're probably you've done crosswords. So we
Oh,
do
sorry,
have
Svenja. Alex's interest. Lindsay, can you arrange for Alex to join with
nice.
audio? Nice. Yeah, one is from the phone. No worries.
Hello,
No
I can
worries.
tackle this.
Hey, that's
Hello.
so
Thank you for joining
cool.
us.
No problem. I did, when you dropped the link in, I had a go at this one first of all. So we can walk through this step by step. I think probably the best way to solve this, first of all, is to look at the bottom clue, where we can see that this is a character class and it starts with a caret. So we know that this cannot be an A, B, R, or C in this row. We're looking for this repeated. So the only option that we can go along the bottom is O's. So we can put an O.
I gonna add O.
Yeah.
And why do you believe, or why do you think this is an O?
I think because we've got the plus sign on the end of our character class, so we're looking for one or more of these. So we're looking for one or more characters, which is not an A, B, R, or C. And
Yes.
I say O's because at the very, very bottom of the screen, we see A, B, C, O, and R. So I thought I'm not allowed to use other characters in
Okay,
there.
good point. That's
So,
clever.
yep, we've
Good.
ruled out 4. We've got 5 options there. So they're both going to be O. So what I had for the next one, I'll give you my incorrect one first of all, is I looked at the first one, or like on the first vertical down, where again, we've got a character class. It can be any of our ones. So I'm like, oh, let's put a C there. That'll be fine. And then for our last one, on our next down clue, we've got like parentheses. And we can see this will either match an A or a B, or just an O or an OR. So I put an O in there first of all as well, and then went, oh, this didn't look solved. Why didn't this get solved? And I stared at that for a couple of minutes, and I said, well, hang on, let's have a look at this. Our first horizontal clue, where we have a group. We're matching any character and we're matching it any or one times, but we've got those parentheses again, which in this case is defining a group, and our \1 is matching what we had in the previous group. So in fact, we have to have the same character in both of those. So let's change that C to an O.
Oh my God, that's so amazing for the explanation as well. Oh my gosh, Alec, that was amazing.
Wow.
Well said.
So good.
When you've solved it once, it's easier to solve it again.
Oh well, that's true, but I'm so glad that you did it. It's really nice. So
My
cool.
pleasure.
And
I wish we
yeah,
had more time then to try an expert one, an advanced one.
oh yeah, but there we can always do it. We can always come back later. We can all meet. I do hope you had fun. I definitely had fun. I do hope they are less intimidating. If you do want to solve crosswords together, there's also, I just like recently learned about RegEx Golf. I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm also fine with solving these together. Everything that comes that is related to regular expressions, I would be more than happy to talk about. Yes.
Alrighty, I think that's it for our time slot, unfortunately.
I'm gonna stop sharing. Yes. That was it. Thank you so much. That was amazing. Lots of fun with the rest of thoughtbot Open Summit, and again, reach out. We are very happy to talk to you, and yes.
Yeah, we'll be
See
there on
you.
Discord. Thank you. Lovely to see y'all. Bye bye.